Okay, let's talk boxing. I always get excited when you see Manny Pacquiao going into a training camp. I don't really ever remember a time Manny going into a training camp and then pulling out of fights and stuff like that. Usually when he starts training and you see him doing his runs and shadow boxing and hitting the pads and doing a lot of the signature training that he does, the sit-ups and stuff like that, you know that he's going to get ready for a big fight. So what I've been seeing on the internet, they're saying that he's getting ready to fight Crawford. And I said in my last video, I didn't think it was a great idea. I think it would be better for Ty. But I suppose when you think about it, right, there's different ways of looking at it. Life's too short, right? And what's he got to lose, really? If Manny Pacquiao fights Crawford and loses, no shame in that at all. He still goes down as one of the greatest fighters of all time. No one can deny that, and that's not really, you know, even if you don't really like Manny's style, look at his achievements. He's won 8 times world champion, 8 different weights, right? If memory serves me correct. And look at what he's achieved inside and outside the ring. So if you lost to Crawford, most people would just say, well, you know, Manny's not in his prime. Crawford is in his prime. Crawford is a great fighter. I still think Crawford hasn't had a really big defining fight yet. That's my opinion, right? I still think he needs a couple of defining fights to go down in history with all of the other greats, right? He's got the ability to do it. He's obviously a great fighter. He's a brilliant boxer. He's an unbelievable fighter, Crawford. I kind of caught his career late. My brother told me about him and I've caught up, watched his fights, and just the way just his boxing IQ, just his boxing ability, his hand speed, his power, his fitness, his movement. He's got everything. Defense. But I've got to say this as well. I've learned from experience, I'm always going to back Manny Pacquiao. I'm never going to say he can't do it, he's going to lose. Because most of the time, other than when he lost to Mayweather, and that was kind of expected with the styles, you know, with Mayweather's style, and I can do another video about that, right? I'm sure you guys are going to give me your opinions. By the way, I just want to make a point of saying, I don't take these videos serious, you know, I just do this because I enjoy boxing, I like talking about it, but I'm not a person who is I'm a very positive person, and I respect other people. I'm not going to get involved in like getting very negative or hateful. I don't hate anyone, and I don't hate, you know, just because I say I want a boxer to win. I don't hate any boxer. I think what they do is amazing. They do what most of us can't do. You know, it's so difficult being a fighter and doing what they do. But at the end of the day as well, like I'm not a fanatical fan. I've got my own life to get on with. Like I said, I've always enjoyed boxing. It had a really positive impact on my life. And I went down, trained at the gyms. I was always treated well. And you know, watching the fights, I've said before, is great, especially if you're down or anything. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying my opinion, right? Everyone's got their own opinion. I'm not someone who, like, my life does exist outside of watching boxing and talking about it. So this channel for me, like I said, I don't really care about getting likes, subscribers and stuff. I just enjoy having positive conversations about boxing, giving my opinion, putting the videos out, other people can watch it, they can share their opinion. So if there's any like nastiness or hate towards other boxers or anything, I'm not going to get involved in that. It's not the kind of person that I am, and I just think that's just such a waste of life. And if you treating people like that, and you have that sort of hate and animosity towards, you know, mostly people that you don't even know, you're just going to ruin your life. You know, you're treating other people how you really feel about yourself. So it's not a good thing. Of course, we can say, oh, I don't like the way that boxer fights, but it's not personal. You know, like I said, when I want Fury to beat AJ, and I'm going to be really excited, but I've got nothing against AJ, you know, and so. Same with any of the fights I do, because I've noticed, I don't know why with the boxing, it seems quite a lot of negative, very positive people, but on my other channel, it's a really positive crowd, but it's a different, I do videos on dating and confidence and relationship advice, Obviously, some of you wouldn't know that, and that's fine. Again, I'm not here to go look at who I am, look what I've done. But I just want to make that point. I feel good about doing that, and I think it's a good positive message for young people as well. So if someone wants to do a boxing channel, I think you should always face your fears and do follow what you enjoy, what you're passionate about. But don't be negative, you know, that you can have your opinion. You can say I prefer that fighter, but you don't have to be hateful and nasty, because it just makes you an insecure person, negative person. So yeah, I hope Manny wins, because I'm a fan. I think he can. I think he can beat. Of course, I think he can beat Crawford. I mean, why wouldn't I think Manny could beat Crawford? He's Manny Pacquiao. He can beat anyone. But at the same time, it doesn't surprise me if Crawford wins it on points, but then, you know, anything could happen. He could stop Manny. Manny could stop him. But I am going to back Manny if the fight happens, and I do enjoy when you guys give your predictions, positive predictions. Like I said, if it's like hate and stuff, I just won't even read your comment. I just ignore it. It doesn't affect me personally. You don't know me, I don't know you. So at the end of the day, I'm just putting out positive videos, and everybody's got their own opinion on things. So great fighters. I will watch it. It would be a great fight. It's a catch-22. I kind of don't want the fight to happen, because I don't really want to see Manny get beaten. But if it does happen, I'm definitely gonna tune in and watch it and support Manny. But I think they can put on a great fight. And if Crawford does win it, and he does win it in good fashion, then you've just got to give him credit. You just got to say what a fighter he is, even to beat a Manny who is not in his prime. If he's anything like the Manny that fought Thurman, that's going to be a handful. But you know, I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to slightly edge the fight to Crawford, but I would say still a 50-50 fight. And my reasons for saying that is, like I said, the experience Manny's got. You know, the fact that he's not just a world champion, he's a unique athlete, and Crawford's amazing. But Crawford, for me, hasn't really beaten anyone. He's not beaten anyone as good as Manny. He's beaten some good fighters, but they're not on the same level. And you know, Amir Khan wasn't the real Amir Khan. He was well past his prime, right? Not taking credit away, but what can he do? That's how boxing works. Obviously, even Manny had some fights with people that weren't in their prime. De La Hoya wasn't in his prime, but it was still a great victory. So if Crawford beats him, it's going to be incredible for his career. This is really the fight that Crawford needs to put himself, you know, to the next level, or make him even more bigger. And then if he fights Errol Spence, that'll be massive. But I suppose Manny might as well do it. He might as well earn the 40 million or the millions, because he looks fit. Freddie Roach was saying, I watched the video, Roach was saying that Manny's so fit, he sends him videos, he's training hard, and usually Roach would be honest if he thought Manny was past it. So I mean, that's the thing about Manny, both of them. They're both such exciting fighters. You know, Crawford's fights are exciting. You never know how quick they're going to end. You're always excited to see what new manoeuvres is he going to do. How is he going to cope with pressure? So far, he's beaten everyone in front of him, so can't really knock him. But I do think he needs some more defining fights. I do think he needs to fight Manny. Definitely Errol Spence, and Errol Spence needs the Crawford fight. They both need each other. Who else is there? Maybe also at some point Teofimo Lopez, if he moved up to 147, or they could work it out at whatever weight, 140, 147, that would be a great fight. I know it probably won't happen, but I'd love to see Tank Davis against Crawford at 140 or 147, but I don't know if he can do that weight. Maybe some of you can let me know in the box below. You know a bit more about that, but yeah, they're fights I'd like to see. Even a fight like you know, Ryan Garcia. He's very exciting. The brand name Ryan Garcia versus Crawford, or just all these. You just want to see these great fights, but you don't always get them in boxing. Kind of do and you don't. So let's see what's going to happen. But I can't help it. You know, when I think about Manny and Crawford, my mind's constantly going over how's the fight going to look, what's going to happen. I can't see Crawford knocking Manny out. But then if I'm being honest with you, I can't see Manny knocking Crawford out. But anything could happen. I could probably see... I can see this being like a real chess match. It's hard to imagine Manny getting completely beaten up. That would be horrible. But it's also hard to imagine Terence Crawford, you know, taking a beating, and because they're both very good defensively and very in and out and quick and fast. But Crawford's great, isn't he? Because Crawford can box southpaw and he can do both styles. So he can join Manny and fight him in the southpaw stance, or he can go orthodox. He can switch it up like he did in the Kell Brook fight. So, brilliant fight, I've got to say. I know I said in my last video that I didn't want it to happen, but that's the kind of part of me that's, you know, because when you like someone, you kind of care about them. You don't want to see them lose. It's a bit hurtful. But like I said, with the lockdown now and everything, the way things are, it would be an uplifter. It would be great. So what I'd like to know is, and you're going to let me know anyway. Appreciate everyone who watches my video. Appreciate the criticism. Not that I get into negative criticism. And of course, someone can disagree with me. That's not negative. I was just talking about people that have hatred towards other people and boxers and stuff, or me, or someone who makes a video. It's you're only gonna affect yourself, not me. So let me know ideally how you think the fight would go. Who will win? Why they'll win? Are you excited? Should the fight happen? Let me know as well what other fights you'd like to see, and obviously fill me in on any other facts that I've missed out. Because as I said, I'm good at I feel I'm good at talking about boxing and fights, but I don't always know every single fact. Like I said, I'm not fanatical where I go online and check every single record. I just kind of do it off the top of my head from watching it and really following their careers. I really try and speak about fighters that I've followed their careers. So I'm honest when I haven't followed every fight, and I've seen enough of Crawford's fights, but I've not seen his whole career. But then I did go back and see the Ricky Burns fight. I've seen the Jeff Horn fight. He obliterated him. The Khan fight. One of the best fights I've seen Crawford have. I can't remember. Was it Benavides? Was it with the younger brother? Maybe I've got the name wrong. I think that was the guy. He beat a tall guy. I think he knocked him out in the last round or stopped him. That was really impressive. So yeah, it's exciting. Manny is in training. I hope it doesn't get cancelled. But to be honest, even if Manny didn't, whoever he fights, I always love watching his fights. So yeah, let's leave it as that and see what you guys think, alright?